YouTube, this is Kristen Moonrise. Welcome back to my channel, and I'll just be honest with you right off the bat. I am in my dark feminine energy right now. I am very emotional. So maybe the Scorpio full moon bit me in the butt 2 weeks later or something. I don't know. I already had a story time scheduled to record for you today, which will be part 3, but two other story times popped up today, so I decided just to record all of them now and then just post them throughout the week. Also, I'm not reading off of any notes on any of these, so forgive me if I'm rambling quite a bit or not getting to the point. I like to outline my videos so I can get to the point, because I can tell I can ramble a lot, as you can tell right now. But still, let me know in the comments if you resonate with any of these videos. So here is part 1. I hope that you enjoy. Okay, so part 1. Part 1 is a dream that I had maybe about maybe a couple weeks ago, a little bit after the Scorpio full moon. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together that it was about Scorpio full moon, if it even was. But I know that, that theme of a Scorpio full moon is about releasing negativity, releasing the past, releasing the things that you don't really want to admit are there. So it's very much on brand. And before I get into the dream that I had, when I was a kid, I used to have these very, very vivid dreams. And they weren't bad dreams or anything like that, but they were just very descriptive. And so I would just go and tell my mom that, I had a dream about X, Y, and Z, and such happened. And so my sister would also kind of be around sometimes when I would tell my mom about my dreams. And my dad, I didn't tell him what dreams I was having. So I would tell her, and then maybe later that day or the next day, like very soon after, that exact situation would play out perfectly, exactly the way that I described it in the I almost said in the video, in the movie, not the movie, in the dream. So and at first we didn't really think about it too much, but when I kept telling her about my dreams and they kept happening, and I remember it scaring her. I remember her and my sister kind of looked at me like it scared them. So I kind of stopped telling her my dreams, and I kind of got a little afraid of myself, honestly. And so as I've had my spiritual journey and I'm really pretty much leveling off, and I've gone through the dark night of the soul and all that stuff, I've cleared out much of the conditioning, and I'm starting to get those talents and skills back again. So maybe about 2 weeks ago, a little less than that, I had a dream. And this particular theme that this dream is about, is recurring. And it has been recurring for a couple of years. And it happens differently each time I have it. Each time I have this dream. And the last couple times I would have the dream, it wasn't really a big deal. But this last one was like, this one is interesting. So the characters are almost the same. Me and another character in a third person are pretty much always in the dream, but that third person is always a different person. It's never the same person, but they represent the same thing. Me and the other person it's very clear who the two of us are. So in this particular dream, I was at a auction that was in an outdoor barn, and that outdoor barn isn't really like important, but like the colors that were around was kind of a little bit important. So I was sitting in the audience of the auction, and the auctioneer was also standing there, and then there was another person that was standing up alongside like the front of the stage, but a little bit far away from where the auctioneer's podium was. Me and that person were always the same recurring person. the auctioneer person is the revolving person. So I was sitting down in my chair, and the auctioneer wasn't talking super fast like how they normally do, but they were very loud and proclaiming something very, very specific. And I got the message. It was very clear what they were saying, and I understood it. So this theme was happening, in its different way in this particular dream. And I remember like getting angry at what they were saying. And I remember telling God, and I'm going to kind of like mask a little bit of the dream, but just so I won't get too descriptive. But I remember telling God, like in the dream, I said, okay, I get it. I understand and I accept and I see what is in front of me. I want out. And so I got up, and this is kind of like the energy that I always have in these dreams. I'm like, okay, I don't need to be here. I get it. You don't have to continue to repeat it. It's always coming back up in my face. So it's coming back up in my face in dreams. And so I get up out of my chair, out of the crowd, and it wasn't like the person was talking directly to me, but what they were saying was triggering me. And so I was like, I just need to get the fuck up out of here. Like, I get it. So I turned around and I got up out of my seat and I walked down the middle aisle to leave. And although it was an open barn, there was still a door to leave out of the room. So I remember grabbing the door handle and about to, I was pushing or pulling? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember if I was pushing or pulling the door, but I remember as I was trying to get out of the door, the door disappeared. So it was kind of like when you're wiping the fog off of a mirror, but in this case, it was like you were wiping the fog onto the door, and it just kind of like just was wiped away. And I remember looking at my hand with the door handle in my hand, and it kind of just wiped away too. And I just remember getting like so frustrated because I was like, like, how come I just can't fucking leave? How come I just can't get out? Like, this message just keeps getting thrown at me, and I'm trying to literally beat the clock. And as I'm trying to leave, then everything is like, is erasing in front of me. After I had that dream, I was like, why did I even have that dream? Like, that was just so stupid. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. And so I kind of like put it in the back of my head, kind of forgot about it for a couple of days. And then something else led me to Pandora's box. Like, I just decided just to open Pandora's box because I had this dream recently. And for me, Pandora's box, aka sleuthing around online, was or has been closed for about a year and a half, and I was totally fine with leaving Pandora's box closed. But I just decided just to open it. I was like, okay, what the fuck, what's going on, spirit realm, what are you trying to tell me? So I opened up Pandora's box, and lo and behold, the two people that were in the dream, I mean, there were other people in the dream, other audience members, but the auctioneer person and then the person that was standing off to the side, the situation and the colors in the dream were exactly what I was seeing in the real world, in real life. And I was like, man, down to the T, down to the colors, down to the appearance, down to the look, everything was just absolutely the same. So it's something that I have to kind of, sit with. It's something that I have to kind of communicate with the spirit realm about. But obviously, I am in some sort of situation where I'm done with it, but the spirit realm is not quite done with it. And it's the other way around, because I'm always like willing to hold on to some type of situation and that it needs to happen a certain way and it needs to work out this way. And then the spirit realm is like, no, cut those ties. You need to move on. In this particular situation, I am like, okay, let's cut those ties. Let's move on. And the spirit realm always lets me know it's not done yet. It's not done. And so I got really upset, started crying and stuff like that. And I was just like, ugh. But once I started to kind of feel into it a little bit, I'm like, this situation, I believe the spirit realm is really asking me just to trust. I consulted my natal chart again, and it tells me I should trust, I should surrender. And so I will see how this surrendering stuff works. All right, well, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you resonate with this at all. I know it's kind of vague, but the dream is a little bit weird. Also, and if you would like your natal chart to be drafted and read and consulted, I go through your natal chart and I can definitely help you point out some problem areas that you may need to resolve. And I left my contact information in the description box if you would like for your natal chart to be read. So yeah, so that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.